रिव्यू लेंगे आज का मैच का, इंडिया वर्सेस वेस्ट इंडीज। ओके।
जी, बिल्कुल।
सो कैसे हैं
तो
कुणाल जी आप?
बढ़िया। तो उमेश जी, सबसे पहले आप ये बताइए कैसा लग रहा है नए चैनल में एक चैनल के साथ कोलैब करना? मुश्किल होता है बहुत, मतलब एक इमेजिन करना कि मतलब आपको एक ऐसा चैनल मिलेगा जो कि ग्रोथ पीरियड में चल रहा है और उनके साथ आपको कोलैब करने का मौका मिले, तो कैसा लग रहा है आपको?
बिल्कुल, काफ़ी वंडरफुल फीलिंग है इस टाइम पे, क्योंकि फर्स्ट टाइम मैं लाइव आ रहा हूँ। रियलिटी तो यही है, तो फर्स्ट टाइम मैं काफ़ी एक्साइटेड हूँ सो रिव्यू लेने के लिए। तो
जी,
काफ़ी फंटास्टिक फीलिंग है इसका, काफ़ी मज़ा
बिल्कुल।
आ रहा
और उमेश जी, आपके डेडिकेशन को मानना पड़ेगा। अंधेरा है फिर भी आप आए हैं लाइव करने के लिए,
है।
तो ये चीज़ बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है। डेडिकेशन होना चाहिए काम में, और गाइस आप लोगों का अगर सपोर्ट रहे हमारे साथ में तो काम करने में और भी ज़्यादा मज़ा आता है। जितने ज़्यादा लोग सपोर्ट करते हैं तो अच्छे कंटेंट भी
बिल्कुल।
आते हैं। तो फिर आज थोड़ी सी बातचीत करते हैं। अभी एज ऑफ नाउ इंडिया वर्सेस वेस्ट इंडीज़ का मैच चल रहा है। उमेश जी, कैसा दिख रहा है अपना ओपनिंग पेयर? लगातार दूसरे टेस्ट में सेंचुरी पार्टनरशिप हुई है। यंग ओपनिंग पेयर है बहुत। रोहित शर्मा तो बहुत शानदार खेलते ही हैं, साथ के साथ यशस्वी जायसवाल। तो कैसे लग रहे हैं
बिल्कुल,
यशस्वी जायसवाल अब?
बहुत ही शानदार प्रदर्शन दिखाया है। वैसे तो रोहित जी के लिए कहना चाहूँगा, काफ़ी अच्छा खेल रहे हैं, काफ़ी इम्प्रेसिव अपना दे रहे हो 100%। ठीक है, तो काफ़ी यशस्वी जी ने भी काफ़ी अच्छे रन बनाए हैं। अभी लास्ट टाइम अभी वॉच किया था, 52 से अबव आई थिंक 52 है। तो काफ़ी वंडरफुल मैच खेल रहे हैं, अच्छा लग रहा है।
और यशस्वी जायसवाल आउट भी हो चुके हैं, और
हम्म।
का स्कोर जो है अच्छा चल रहा है, रोहित शर्मा आगे बढ़ते हुए,
हाँ जी,
और
रोहित शर्मा आगे चल रहे
सेंचुरी लग जाएगी। तो गाइस, इसके बारे में बातचीत हमारी चलती रहेगी क्योंकि टेस्ट मैच जो है आज के दिन समाप्त नहीं हुआ है, तो वीडियो के एंड तक हम बातचीत करते रहेंगे। लेकिन उससे पहले कुछ और बातें भी करनी ज़रूरी है। एशियन गेम्स जो कि क्रिकेट को ऐड कर दिया गया है, और उमेश जी, कैसा लग रहा है मतलब भारत की जो प्रिपरेशन है एशियन गेम्स की? सबसे पहले तो ये बताइए उमेश जी, हम एशियन गेम्स में शूटिंग को देखते थे, बॉक्सिंग देखते थे, जिसमें हमारे जो है पदक कम कंफर्म होता था कि कांस्य पदक तो
हैं।
आ ही जाएगा, सिल्वर आ
बिल्कुल।
जाएगा, गोल्ड आ जाता था रेसलिंग में। बट अब तो क्रिकेट भी ऐड हो चुका है, तो क्या इंडिया के लिए गोल्ड पक्का हो गया क्रिकेट ऐड होने के बाद?
बिल्कुल, जब इसे इस पैमाने पर ले आया गया है एशियन गेमों में, तो बिल्कुल कुणाल जी, काफ़ी देश के लिए अच्छी बात है। और मेरा मानना यही है कि बिल्कुल गोल्ड इंडिया का मान लिया जाए, कि हाँ, गोल्ड तो लाना ही है।
बिल्कुल। और अभी जो रिसेंट में वुमेन्स की जो टीम का जो परफॉर्मेंस है वो भी काफ़ी अच्छा रहा है।
काफ़ी अच्छा
हालाँकि
रहा है।
बांग्लादेश से
बिल्कुल।
हारे ज़रूर हैं, लेकिन जो
हम्म।
पटकनी दी है दूसरे ओडीआई में वो बहुत ही शानदार था। अगर वुमेन्स
बिल्कुल।
टीम की मैं बात करूँ तो कॉमनवेल्थ गेम में उन्होंने फाइनल खेला। सिल्वर ज़रूर हम
हम्म।
जीते, लेकिन एक सबसे अच्छा दिन था वो भारत के लिए कि आपको एक फाइनल खेलने का मौका मिलता है इतने बड़े
मौका
इवेंट में,
मिलता है।
कॉमनवेल्थ गेम में। तो उमेश
बिल्कुल।
जी, इस बार क्या लग रहा है, लड़कियां गोल्ड लेके आएंगी इस बार एशियन गेम्स में?
बिल्कुल सर, ऐसा कुणाल जी चलता रहेगा। देखिए, लाइफ में हर चीज़ का उतार चढ़ाव रहता ही है। कोई नहीं, इस बार नहीं हुआ, अगली बार ज़रूर होगा।
जी,
इसी
बिल्कुल।
डेडिकेशन के साथ अगर लगे रहें तो।
बिल्कुल, तो उमेश जी, जिस तरह से अभी कमबैक किया बांग्लादेश के अगेंस्ट, इंडिया वर्सेस बांग्लादेश का ओडीआई मैच चल रहा था, तो जिस
हम्म।
तरह से कमबैक किया, देख के अच्छा लगा कि मतलब अपने इंडिया में डबल स्टैंडर्ड प्लेयर दिखने को मिले। मतलब एक तरह से एक अच्छे ऐसे प्लेयर्स जिसकी इंडिया को ज़रूरत है, जो कि बैटिंग बॉलिंग दोनों कर सकते हैं। हमने जेमिमा
हम्म।
रॉड्रिक्स को नॉट ओनली रन्स बनाते हुए देखा, बल्कि उन्होंने जो एक शानदार स्पेल डाला, 4 रन
बिल्कुल।
देकर, 3 रन देकर 4 विकेट। तो ये जो स्पेल होता है ना, वो ड्रीम स्पेल होता है उमेश जी। मतलब
बिल्कुल।
बहुत
बिल्कुल।
मैचेस में से एक बार होता है,
बिल्कुल।
और ये ड्रीम स्पेल अगर आप एक स्पिन ट्रैक में डालते हैं तो उमेश
हम्म।
जी, कितने बॉलिंग ऑप्शन हो चुके हैं अब इंडियन टीम के पास?
ऐसा लगता है कि अभी काफी उनके पास चांसेस हैं अभी भी, तो अभी
बिल्कुल। और
वो
इंडियन
इम्प्रूव
टीम
कर
की अगर
सकते
आप
हैं।
प्लेइंग 11 देखेंगे उमेश जी, अब ना 11 में
हम्म।
से 7 खिलाड़ी बॉल डालने वाले हो चुके हैं। जिस तरह से बॉलिंग चल रही है, शिफाली वर्मा ने 3 विकेट चटकाए थे T20 सीरीज में।
बिल्कुल।
ओडीआई सीरीज में
हम्म।
जमीमा रॉड्रिक्स ने 4 विकेट चटका दिए। तो अब आप ये देखिए कि इंडियन टीम जो है किस तरह से अपने को ग्रो करते जा रही है। ऑलराउंडर्स जिसकी हमें ज़रूरत थी, बैट्समैन ने
जी
बॉल
हाँ।
डालना शुरू कर दिया है। तो इस चीज़
बिल्कुल।
को देखते हुए आपको क्या लगता है कि एशियन गेम्स में इस बार लड़कियां कमाल कर देंगी?
बिल्कुल, जैसे कि अब हमारे पास अच्छे प्लेयर्स हैं, वो भी ऑलराउंडर वाले। तो उसको देखते हुए लगता है कि अब हमें बिल्कुल भी घबराने की ज़रूरत है नहीं। तो अब काफ़ी प्रदर्शन अच्छा रहेगा, क्योंकि हमारे पास बेस्ट प्लेयर हैं आजकल।
जी। बिल्कुल, देखिए ये इंडियन टीम का मैं अगर क्रेडिट दूँ कि मतलब इंडियन टीम्स के
जी
पास
सर।
इतनी लायबिलिटी है कि इतने अच्छे
हम्म।
प्लेयर्स निकल के आए हैं, बल्कि वो मैं अगर मेंस टीम की
जी।
बात करूँ, तो मेंस टीम में ऑलमोस्ट 34-35 खिलाड़ी तैयार हो चुके हैं हमारे पास, जो कि
हाँ
आप
जी।
2 देशों में सेम टाइम पे टीम इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं अलग-अलग प्लेयर्स। ऐसा ही कुछ होने वाला है उमेश जी इस बार एशियन गेम्स जब चलेंगे, एशियन गेम्स के फाइनल के टाइम वर्ल्ड कप भी शुरू हो जाएगा। तो एशियन गेम्स में ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ कप्तानी कर रहे हैं। तो क्या इससे
हम्म।
थोड़ा इंडिकेशन मिल चुका है कि इंडियन टीम जो है अब उस तरह का एस्टैब्लिशमेंट कर चुकी है क्रिकेट में कि अब आपको टीम इंडिया सेम टाइम पे अलग-अलग कंट्री में रिप्रेजेंट करते हुए नज़र आएगी?
बिल्कुल, अब इस पैमाने पे आ चुकी है, तो मुझे लगता है कि अब रिप्रेजेंटेट कर सकते हैं अलग-अलग पैमाने पे, बिल्कुल।
बिल्कुल। और
टीम काफ़ी
अगर
बड़ी हो चुकी
और सोचिए अभी तो वर्ल्ड कप की टीम अनाउंस नहीं हुई है और ये जो प्लेयर
है।
एशियन गेम्स में जाएँगे, तो कैसा लग रहा है? मतलब एक तरफ आपको आप सोचिए सपोज़ करिए कि एशियन गेम्स में आपको गोल्ड मिल जाता है और फिर आप वर्ल्ड कप भी
बिल्कुल।
जीत जाते हैं। तो ये साल मतलब आप कह सकते हैं कि एक बहुत ही शानदार तरीके से अंत करेगी भारत फिर।
बिल्कुल, ये दिस इज़ अ वंडरफुल फीलिंग फॉर आवर इंडिया। आई थिंक वी शुड सपोर्ट ऑल आर द प्लेयर्स। ऐसा हमें करना चाहिए, बिल्कुल। काफ़ी वो मेहनत इनकी रंग लाएगी, मुझे लगता है। तो बिल्कुल।
उमेश जी, इस चीज़ से कितना गौरव हुआ आपको कि क्रिकेटिंग नेशंस में ना श्रीलंका, ना पाकिस्तान, ना बांग्लादेश और ना अफ़गानिस्तान, इनमें से कोई भी एशियन गेम्स में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर रहा है, सिर्फ़ इंडिया पार्टिसिपेट कर रही है। तो आप ये सोचिए कि आज गर्व हो रहा होगा कि बिल्कुल बीसीसीआई जो है नॉट ओनली अमीर है,
बिल्कुल,
बल्कि अपना जो उनका विज़न है वो बहुत अच्छा है इंडियन टीम के लिए।
काफ़ी अच्छा है हमारे देश के लिए कि सबसे, बताओ, किसी ने नहीं किया जो कि हमारे इंडिया ने किया। तो काफ़ी
बिल्कुल,
अच्छा किया कि एशियन गेमों में एंट्री की। तो इससे लगता है कि हमारा जो एक नज़रिया है देश का, आगे फ्यूचर जो है वो काफ़ी आगे तक रहेगा हमारे लिए।
बिल्कुल। तो उमेश जी जिस तरह से वुमेन्स टीम ने जो कमबैक किया है इस तरह से,
जी
लेकिन
सर।
अभी भी कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो मतलब वुमेन्स टीम को ठीक करने की ज़रूरत है। यहाँ पे जो बैटिंग बॉलिंग जो है सेम टाइम पे नहीं हो रही है, लेकिन फिर भी कुछ ऐसे
हम्म।
प्लेयर्स हैं जो कि परफॉर्मेंस दे जाते हैं
अच्छी।
क्योंकि इंडियन टीम की जो बेंच
बिल्कुल।
स्ट्रेंथ है वो काफ़ी बेटर है। लेकिन फिर भी आपको नहीं लगता है कि वुमेन्स टीम को थोड़ा-सा और मैच्योर होके क्रिकेट खेलने की ज़रूरत है? अगर सब लोग साथ मिलके एक टाइम पे एक मैच में परफॉर्मेंस दें, तो शायद जो सामने वाली टीम है और बेहतर तरीके से हराया जा सकता है।
कुणाल जी सही कह रहे हैं आप इस चीज़ को। बस थोड़ा सा और डेडिकेशन चाहिए, जैसे कि एक टीम में अगर 5 बंदे अच्छे से खेल रहे हैं, तो थोड़ा सा है कुछ जो लड़कियां हैं, तो वुमेन्स टीम है, वो थोड़ा सा अलग पैमाने पे नहीं, उस टाइम पे नहीं चल पा रही। जो एक होता है ना, एक्शन मूवमेंट होता है।
जी,
तो अगर उसी तरह से वो अगर अपना 100% दे, तो लगता है कि हाँ, वो मैच हरा देंगे।
बिल्कुल। उमेश जी आपके ये व्यूज़ में क्या दम लगता है? क्योंकि देखिए बहुत सारे लोगों से मैं बातचीत करता हूँ, तो बोलते हैं कि
जी
वर्ल्ड
सर।
टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप का जो फाइनल था इस साल, वो
हम्म।
आईपीएल की वजह से जीत नहीं पाए क्योंकि आपको जो है प्रिपरेशन टाइम नहीं मिला। प्लेयर्स जो हैं पैसे
हम्म।
कमाने के चक्कर में आईपीएल में बहुत ज़्यादा घुल-मिल जाते हैं। वो भूल जाते हैं कि टेस्ट क्रिकेट भी बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है क्योंकि वो एक ट्रॉफ़ी है जो कि
इम्पोर्टेंट।
2 से 3 सालों में एक
हम्म।
बार खेलने का मौका मिलता है, वो भी डब्ल्यूटीसी का फाइनल। तो क्या लगता है आपको भी उमेश जी कि आईपीएल जो है थोड़ा-सा प्लेयर्स को डाइवर्ट कर रहा है, कंट्री से खेलने की जगह वो पैसे के लिए खेलने लग गए हैं?
कुछ है ऐसा जैसा आप बता रहे हैं, कुछ ये भी कह सकते हैं कि एक होता है ना कि एक बड़े एग्जाम की तैयारी करने में वो जुड़ जाते हैं, पर वो ये नहीं देखते एक सीढ़ी जहाँ से स्टार्ट होनी है पहले वो तो बना ले। तो वही थोड़ा सा मैं मानता हूँ इस चीज़ को कि वो डगमगा जाते हैं कि वो सीढ़ी को यानी कि टेस्ट को भूल कर वो सीधा एग्जामिनेशन की तैयारी करने लगे। मानता हूँ इस चीज़
जी। तो आपके अकॉर्डिंग मतलब आईपीएल को थोड़ा-सा साइड करना चाहिए, कंट्री पहले आना चाहिए?
को। हाँ, पहले कंट्री आना चाहिए ताकि वो इतना बड़ा डिसीजन लेने से पहले जो छोटी चीज़ें हैं उन्हें कवर कर लें, क्योंकि ये भी बहुत ज़रूरी है टेस्ट मैच में। ऐसा नहीं है कि सीधा आप वहाँ हाई पैमाने पे जाके खेलो, पहले अपना टेस्ट मैच क्लियर करो ताकि तुम अच्छा प्रदर्शन दिखाओ। हमें भी अच्छा लगेगा, इंडिया वालों को भी थोड़ा हौसला मिलेगा, तो होना चाहिए ऐसा।
बिल्कुल। तो उमेश जी अब आगे बढ़ते हैं और बात करते हैं पाकिस्तान वर्सेस श्रीलंका। बहुत ज़्यादा प्रिडिक्शन चल रहा था हम दोनों के बीच। उमेश जी कह रहे थे कि श्रीलंका
बिल्कुल।
आगे जाएगी, फिर मेरे को लगा कि शायद पाकिस्तान भी जा सकती है। क्या ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है कि श्रीलंका ने गिफ्ट दे दिया पाकिस्तान को मैच? क्योंकि एक
श्रीलंका ने
टाइम पे आप देखिए 5 आउट कर देते हैं अगर आप 101 पे 5, और उस पे आपकी जो
हम्म,
लीड है, अगर आपके ऊपर ही 150 की लीड चढ़ जाए 101 पे 5 आउट करने
हम्म,
के बाद, जिसमें आपके हाथ में 90 रन की लीड होती है, और उसमें आपके
बिल्कुल।
ऊपर 150 रन की लीड चढ़ जाए और आप एट द एंड जैसे तैसे पाकिस्तान को 150 के आसपास का टारगेट देते हैं। वो 150 भी नहीं थे पूरे, 120 130 रन थे। हालांकि श्रीलंका की बॉलिंग अच्छी है, 6 विकेट उन्होंने जरूर चटकाए, लेकिन क्या वो मलाल रहा होगा कि काश उन दो प्लेयरों के बीच में पार्टनरशिप नहीं हुई होती, श्रीलंका ने कैचेस नहीं छोड़े होते तो मैच श्रीलंका का होता।
बिल्कुल, लगता तो है कि इस तरह से जैसे आप जिस तरह से लीड दी ये मैच दिया गया है जिसमें।
बिल्कुल। उमेश जी, अगर मैं बात करूँ इस पाकिस्तान और श्रीलंका के मैच में, इसमें सबसे बड़ी चीज़ ये थी कि ये जो टोटल अगर मैं कहूँ तो 14 सेशंस का गेम था, जिसमें से अगर
हम्म,
पाकिस्तान ने सिर्फ 2 सेशन अपने नाम किए, उस 2 सेशन में पूरे मैच को पलट के रख दिया। वो एक पार्टनरशिप और जो उन्होंने विकेट्स चटकाए, जो स्पिनर्स ने पिच का सही इस्तेमाल किया, जो 2-3 सेशंस में गेम को यूज़ कर लिया। कितना फील कर रहे होंगे
बिल्कुल।
उमेश जी श्रीलंका के लिए, क्योंकि उन्होंने मैक्सिमम मैच टाइम में श्रीलंका ही नज़र आ रही थी टॉप पे कि श्रीलंका ही जीतेगी इस मैच को, लेकिन 3 सेशंस मतलब आप ये समझिए, 3 सेशंस मतलब 3 से 4 घंटे में मैच अपनी गिरफ्त में कर लिया पाकिस्तान ने।
काफी जोर लगाया।
जी, बिल्कुल।
काफी मतलब
और आपको
काफी जोर
सबसे
लगाया।
ज़्यादा इस चीज़ का आश्चर्य होगा कि
हम्म,
पाकिस्तान ने जो मैच जीता है, ये पाकिस्तान ने जो मैच जीता है, वो कल जो जीता है ना उन्होंने, उन्होंने 1 साल पहले सेम
हम्म,
डेट में वो मैच को जीता था। तो आप समझिए 1 साल लग गए
हाँ, आई रिमेम्बर।
1 साल लग गए उस मैच को जीतने
साल हो
में।
गए।
तो आप सोचिए उस कंट्री
बिल्कुल
का क्या
बिल्कुल,
हाल
मुझे
है।
याद है।
बिल्कुल। ओके।
वैसे तो काफी उन्हें टाइम लग गया।
बिल्कुल। तो उमेश जी, मैं स्वागत करना चाहूँगा राहुल अय्यर जी का।
Hi
So
Kunal.
welcome Rahul. Yesterday don't be able to make a show because of not well, but yes, today we are coming from a few updates. So Rahul, how you see the win of Pakistan almost after 1 year? Pakistan winning that match on the same date, that is coincidence.
Well, they scheduled the match on the same date, so
Not
that is
that
the thing.
schedule, but actually they lost back to back from England. They make a draw with New Zealand. Means various country come and thrashing. Maximum matches they play in their home ground. So Rahul, what do you think that this Pakistan team? What happens to this team now?
Hmm? Yeah, well, they made a good start to the new World Test Championship cycle. They've gotten 12 points on the board. Wasn't, yeah, not as convincing as they would have liked. I'll put it that way. But they got the job done in the end, and the batting proved effective. The first innings, they got the 461 runs that they needed. and got a very big lead. And from there, they were able to control the game pretty much. They never looked in danger of losing after that.
So Rahul, how you feel for Sri Lanka? Just for 2-3 sessions, they lost the game.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, from 101 for 5 in the first innings, if they look back at that, that is when they should have really turned the screws on Pakistan and tried to bowl them out and get a big lead. The second innings batting, you can't really find too much fault with it because it is second innings. They're playing on day four where the pitch conditions deteriorated a bit and they had a huge lead to overcome. So you couldn't expect them to do much in the second innings and set a decent target. They really lost it with their bowling in the first innings. I think that's where it really went wrong for Sri Lanka.
Yes. Okay, so update guys that one more wicket is going down now, and Shubman Gill again flop show, 10 runs only. So what happened Rahul Iyer to this Shubman Gill in overseas tour? Only 31 average. Only 31.
Yeah, not a good tour for Shubman Gill. He might still have one more innings to make it up if India doesn't get a big score and enforce a follow on and then win by an innings. But thing is, he has only one more innings to kind of redeem himself and come away from this West Indies tour with something good, but he also needs it for the ODI series to get some confidence as well. Rohit Sharma is playing well. I think he's on course for another century. I don't
Yes.
want to say anything.
Yes.
I don't want to jinx that, but uh, hopefully Virat Kohli comes with a century from this tour. I feel although he scored 79 in the first match against West Indies, it's also not enough against West Indies. A player like Virat Kohli has to score a century in this kind of a series to get his confidence back. Just a 79 will not do.
Yeah. ओके। तो उमेश जी आज अगर आपको बताना चाहूँगा विराट कोहली के लिए 500वां इंटरनेशनल मैच है, वो भारत के चौथे खिलाड़ी बन चुके हैं जिन्होंने 500 इंटरनेशनल मैच खेला है। तो उमेश जी
बिल्कुल।
कैसा लग रहा है विराट कोहली के बारे में सुन के कि आज भी हमारे पास ऐसे लीजेंडरी प्लेयर्स हैं इंडिया में जो कि 500 टेस्ट 500 अपने करियर में मैच खेलना अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी बात है।
बिल्कुल कुणाल जी, लगता है कि हमारे पास ये प्लेयर में गॉड गिफ्टेड है।
बिल्कुल।
तो काफ़ी हमें ना एक स्ट्रेंथ मिलती है इन लोगों को देख के, प्लेयर को खेलते हुए, कि हाँ, हमें भरोसा रहता है कि हाँ, हमारे पास कुछ ऐसे प्लेयर हैं जो हमारे मैच को विन करा सकते हैं। तो होना चाहिए, वी शुड द बेस्ट प्लेयर फॉर इन इंडिया। आई थिंक इट्स गुड फॉर आवर कंट्री।
सो राहुल 500 international match for Virat Kohli. He is the fourth Indian maximum matches played by Sachin Tendulkar. I think it is 600 plus. Second is Rahul Dravid, then MS Dhoni, and now the third player is Virat Kohli. So the great moment for Virat Kohli today.
Yeah, it is a big moment in Virat Kohli's career. 500th international match, big moment in his career. Hopefully, he makes it memorable. Scores a century against West Indies.
Yes. Okay, so Rahul, how you see the Indian emerging players in emerging Asia Cup? India beat Pakistan once again. In Asia Cup, there's very few moments where Pakistan beat India. Maximum moment India beat Pakistan, and how you see Sai Sudarshan for future of India.
Yeah, Sai Sudarshan is a great future prospect for India. Hope he will continue and some at some point make a breakthrough into the Indian cricket team. It's great the way India has performed at the Asia Cup so far. We have won all our matches, and always nice to defeat Pakistan. Always nice to defeat the, well, we can call them, give them a tag, maybe the noisy neighbors. You can call them that. Always great to defeat them. Hopefully, we'll defeat Bangladesh as well in the semi final and go on to win the final against either Sri Lanka or Pakistan.
Yeah, I think there must be another India versus Pakistan. Might be. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know. Of course, let's not forget in 2021, actually, Sri Lanka defeated Pakistan in the semis to come to the final against India. So you cannot underestimate them.
Yes, of course. Umesh ji, India team हमेशा पाकिस्तान के ऊपर डोमिनेट करती है जब भी जिस भी फॉर्मेट की बात करो। अगर मैं वर्ल्ड कप की बात करूँ, टी20 हो, ओडीआई हो, पहले तो टेस्ट में भी हरा देते, टेस्ट तो होता ही नहीं है। तो उमेश जी क्या लगता है कि मतलब
बिल्कुल।
भारत का जो डोमिनेशन है अगेंस्ट पाकिस्तान, ये चलता रहेगा?
एक तरह से अच्छा भी है, चलना भी चाहिए। तो काफ़ी डिफिट कर किया है इंडिया ने इन्हें कितनी बार। सो मेरा मानना है कि हाँ, लगता है कि चलता रहेगा आगे।
So Rahul, have you heard the news that Indian women's team made a big win against Bangladesh, and the hero was Jemima Rodriguez, 80 plus runs and 3 runs, 4 wickets. So Rahul, do you think how many all-rounders now India have in a playing 11?
Yeah, India has got a lot of depth in the women's team, and they put in a very good performance against Bangladesh. Actually, 228 was not a big score in the end, although many batsmen got starts. There were half centuries from Jemima Rodriguez and Harmanpreet Kaur. But even Smriti Mandana and Harleen Diol both got off to good starts in their matches. So, but more than that, I feel the bowling really clicked for India. I mean, we really did a good job of defending the 228 runs and cleaned up Bangladesh very quickly to get the win and level the series. Hopefully, India will go on to win the series. Uh, Jemima Rodriguez, again, she did very well with the ball. And Devika Vaidya, both the two stars for India in this match. So hopefully it continues. Hopefully we'll go on and win the series. These series are also very important in terms of World Cup qualification because they count for ICC championship points.
Yes. Okay. So welcome Krishna Nair after a long time.
Yeah, welcome, Kunal.
Yeah. Okay, so Krishna, when you comes, I always think about Ashes. So let's talk Ashes from you. So how
Yeah,
you see the Jack Crowley innings? Do you think this
yeah,
is a
Jack
type
Crowley
of
innings
best
was
ball?
very fantastic. He was promising from the start of the ball one. He looked to counter most bowlers, and this was his day that he scored 189. I know he missed out that double century. I think he should have left that ball alone. Then I feel he should have at least made 200 today and got out. So that he would have made a record also and could lead 20 plus more lead for England as well. So going tomorrow as well. So and England Crowley's batting was fantastic. He was smashing all Australian bowlers out the park. And
Yes.
I also didn't believe that he will play such a knock. It came out nowhere that Glenn Crowley, who struggles against offsides, he made on to make 189. So it was a fantastic innings and give England a good lead and uh, good chance to make a double lead of that and give Australia the batting.
So guys, another update that Rohit Sharma is out now. Varikan took the wickets. So 80 for Rohit Sharma. Now two new players, Ajinkya Rahane and Virat Kohli is there. Okay. So, yes, Rahul Ayyar, how you see the England approach? Finally, how they come back from third Test match. Suddenly, they are in ashes. Might be they can win it 3-2. And how you see the Moeen Ali inclusion in batting order number three, and he made 50 plus.
Yeah, it worked for England. Actually, in the previous Test match, both the promotions didn't really work out the way England wanted, even though they went on to win the match. But in this match, it has worked perfectly. Moeen Ali coming in at one down, he has truly done his job. But I think the day really belongs. And Joe Root played well as well. He got a 84. But I think the day really belongs to Zach Crawley because he's really set the game up nicely for England right now. His 189 has really flattened down this Australian bowling attack. Now England has a 67-run lead and they still have 6 wickets more to come. You've got Harry Brook batting, Ben Stokes batting, Johnny Bairstow and Chris Wokes are there to come. Even Mark Wood and Stuart Broad, they can bat a bit. So England is looking very good in this Test match. I think they will develop a big lead, and by the time Australia comes to bat, I think they will only be able to play for a draw. They won't be able to play for a win. They'll be able to play for a draw, which will be enough to give them the Ashes, help them retain the Ashes. I think that's what Australia need to keep in mind. They don't have to win the series per se to retain the Ashes. If they play for a draw, they will get it. So,
Yeah, but
very great
looking
performance
at the
from England. I have to say, Australia is missing a quality spinner in their team. I mean, they have using Travis Head and Marnus Labuschagne as part timers, but I think they're missing someone like Nathan Lyon or Todd Murphy to kind of have some spin bowling option to rest the pace bowlers a bit.
Yes. Okay, so Krishan, you use.
No, I'm saying that draw is out of the equation. Looking if the rain comes, then draw can save. Rain can save the O's. I don't think draw will happen because more 3 days are left in this Ashes match, and England goes serious cricket. So that PSC approach will give more overs to get wickets off if rain doesn't interrupt in between. And
Okay,
and if you see tomorrow England will get a lot by they should at least try 150 plus speed so that they will have good advantage with the bowlers and the bowlers will also get some rest. Um, After 150 plus speed, then I don't think Australia can come back in this match. I don't think so because all openers are also not in good shape. They are struggling in in last two Ashes games. So if the lead goes above 150, then it will be difficult for Australia to come back in Ashes match.
yes. Okay, so Rahul Ayyar, another milestone in Ashes, 600 wickets for Stuart Broad. That is very rarest for a player in Test cricket. You are taking 600 wickets. So how you see the Stuart Broad now?
Yeah, fantastic bowler. This was a bowler who was once hit for six sixes in an over. Now he's come to taking 600 wickets in Test cricket. He's been a pretty underrated bowler because most of the time people just see him as James Anderson's partner, but he's a highly underrated bowler, and he's quietly gone about his business. Though when people think about the England Test team and their bowling lineup, they usually think of James Anderson. They don't look at Stuart Broad too much. They only look at Stuart Broad as like kind of a support role. It's like when you have a family and there are two siblings, you pay attention to the older sibling, but the younger sibling doesn't get as much attention. It's like kind of like that.
Okay. Okay, so guys, I want some prediction from you all that now Rahane and Kohli is there. Do you think that this test match can we go up to 5 days now? Because I don't think India is going to bat only one time. I think second time India need to bat.
Yeah, depends on Kohli and Rane's partnership. West Indies bowling is not that lethal, so Kohli and Rane should get a contribution and get to 300 at least, so that Rahane uh, can support. Sorry, the Jadeja can support from the end. Because I don't see West Indies batting scoring 300 on this pitch because their batting is not that great. They they always struggle and against any bowlers. If you in the last test also they struggled very badly. They got out 53, 150 only. So I don't think West Indies will which
Okay,
will
so
change this test match.
yes, so Rahul Ayyar, your views, what do you think now about this test match? Because I don't think it will close early. It will take up to 5 days now.
I don't know about 5 days. I mean, it all depends upon how West Indies bats, to be
Yeah.
honest. It all depends upon how West Indies bats. And first of all, we are not even done with our first innings yet. So we don't know how much India will score in the first innings to predict anything.
So
But
how much you are thinking?
I would say it'll go to day four at least, if not day five. Just because of the fact that India would likely have to bat two innings, it might go to day four. But day five, it's going to be questionable. If West Indies takes this match to day five, I think they might consider this as a win for them.
Okay. Okay. So I have question from both of you, Rahul and Krishna. How you see Indian team preparation, especially women's team for Asian Games?
Asian Games. Okay, so
Yes.
Indian struggling against this Bangladesh women. They should have whitewashed 3-0 in T20 series as well against this Bangladesh women. I think India could have won it 3-0. They are still struggling. Pinky Mandana is out of form. Then Kaur is also not performing this year. So apart from that ODI series century in England against England English women, apart from that, he is not performing consistently. Then Shafali Borama is also not contributing. So I think top order is a big problem for India in the Asian Games.
Okay, so Rahul Ayer, any concern you think about women's team in Asian Games?
Mm, to be frank, given the teams that are going to compete in the Asian Games, I don't think there's too much to worry about for Team India. I'm pretty sure they will win the gold, even if there are some weaknesses. I don't think it'll get exposed much in the Asian Games. But hopefully, the top order really fires. Smriti Mandana, historically, although she's been a very good batsman, has not done too well in the big matches for India. So we have to see how that goes.
यस ऑफ कोर्स। तो उमेश जी सबके व्यूज़ यही हैं कि इंडियन टीम में थोड़ा-सा प्रॉब्लम ज़रूर है वुमेन्स टीम में।
बिल्कुल।
तो क्या लगता है उमेश जी आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम दिख रही है या फिर गोल्ड आ रहा है?
एक्चुअली एवरीवन नॉट बी अ परफेक्ट। ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि हर कुछ चीज़ परफेक्ट, तो थोड़ा बहुत होता है, ठीक है। थोड़ा इम्प्रूवमेंट होगा, बट बेस्ट प्लेयर्स हैं हमारे पास जैसे कि तो काफ़ी, अगर वो प्रैक्टिस पे अगर रहेंगे अपना तो काफ़ी अच्छा खेल पाएंगे, और क्या है, ये मानना है।
ओके। Okay, so I have question from Rahul also because he's a Chennai Super King fan also. So that's why I'm talking about Chennai Super King player Hunger Gaker. There is some question about his bowling action also, but Pfeiffer against Pakistan. So how you see the player as a confident that they are taking the 5 wickets in Asia Cup, and how he will be confident with his bowling action also.
Yeah, that'll give him a lot of confidence taking a 5 wicket haul against Pakistan. I wish he could have played a little bit for Chennai Super Kings as well, but no issues. If we can go on and get a good career for India, I'll be really happy for him.
Yes. Okay. Krishna Nair, your views on Hunger Gaker action of bowling?
Yeah, means he didn't bowl for Chennai Super Kings and he's bowling for India A team, so it is good, means good warm up as you say for Indian A team. So after playing some games, he can come into IPL so that he can get matches in India in future as well. Because now I don't think he will get matches for in Indian team. So I think he should play this India A games as well so that he should get some more practices in the overseas pitches, and he should
Okay.
get IPL matches as well. So it will be great future for him.
Okay. So Rahul, if we talk about in emerging Asia Cup, we have see the few players who are in a great form like Abhishek Sharma, Yash Dul, Sai Sudarshan. So how you see him in a future around 5 to 6, 7 years old team India? There might be these are 1, 2, 3. Abhishek Sharma, Yash Dul, and Sai Sudarshan. So how you see these players? They are performing well in Asia Cup, emerging Asia Cup.
Yeah, they're doing very well in the Asia Cup. I hope if they can become a good replacement for the top three in one day cricket and T20 cricket, that'll be really good for Team India going forward.
Yes. Okay. So Rahul, how you see Yashdul captaincy, especially with his batting also and his rotation of bowlers also in Asia Cup.
Yeah, he's been managing his resources very well so far in the Asia Cup. But I think now the challenge comes in the semi-finals because if you look at the opponents we played in the group stages, yes, we played Pakistan as well, but there was also UAE and Nepal who are slightly weaker teams. There'll be a bigger challenge for us in the semi-final, playing against Bangladesh and potentially having to defeat Sri Lanka and Pakistan as well to win the Asia Cup. So we have to see how those go.
Yes, of course. Let's see what will happen. So, guys, discussion will be going on. So in Ashes, Rahul, do you think that how the women's team are playing the Ashes, including T20 series, ODI series, Test series also, but very sad for England that they win the series, they win the T20 series, ODI series, but not be able to retain the Ashes.
Yeah, it is unfortunate for the women's team to not to lose the Ashes in spite of winning both ODI and T20 series. But then again, the format is what it is. So Australia, they won the Test match, and obviously winning the Test match is given more value, and I think rightly so, because for an Ashes men's Ashes series is only the five Test matches. So why not for women's Ashes also give value to Test matches? More, at least, even though it's Test ODI and T20, they're giving more value to winning the Test match, and I think that is fair enough. Australia lost the ODI, the T20 and ODI series by score of 2-1. So more or less even between the teams when it comes to those two formats, and there were many close matches. So I would still say Australia is a very deserving Ashes winner in terms of the women's Ashes.
Okay. Okay, so Krishna, how you see the Mukesh Kumar now? He's getting finally a cap. A test cap is very important for a player and a memorable day also. So
Yeah,
how
Mukesh Kumar had a good impact for Delhi Capitals as well in IPL. As you saw, Rahane was out of the Indian team. Then he made his good comeback in IPL, and now he's playing for the Indian team now in the West Indies tour, and plus the WTC finally played. So he had good scores in WTC final. Now he's proving himself. Uh, Hope Mukesh Kumar also gets chance in the team like in last match, in last test, I think Jaydev Undadkit got the chance. I feel
yes,
uh, after 2 3 years, I feel Mukesh Kumar will also get a chance in the XI if Bumrah is Bumrah, Siraj, or Shami, someone is not playing in the exercise. So I feel Mukesh Kumar will get chance in future. I don't see him playing now because India has bowlers like Siraj, Shardul. Then they are giving. There are many pacers in the team, so they are trying some pacers in this tour. Then some pacers against South Africa. If Bumrah is not fit, so I feel it will be this way. Mukesh Kumar will definitely get chance in future. I don't see him playing now.
okay. So Rahul, how you see the debut of this Mukesh Kumar in Test match?
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting debut. We have to see how he bowls, how he goes about this match, and
Okay.
hopefully he comes through.
Yes. Okay. So Rahul, how you think the mindset of Indian team now? Again, they are backing up Ishan Kishan despite of those innings, 20 balls, 1 runs. So do you think that India has now thinking about the left-hand batsman as a replacement of Rishabh Pant now?
I don't think they are thinking that. Rishabh Pant is not available for selection, so the question of replacing him doesn't arise. Frankly speaking, whether they want to replace him or not in the future depends on how Ishan Kishan does. He has to take his chance when he's provided the opportunity to show that he can is as good or better than Rishabh Pant. That's for him. If he doesn't prove that, he'll be dropped very quickly the moment Rishabh Pant is available for selection again.
Yes, that is true. So Krishna Nair, how you see now Ishan Kishan is getting another Test match. KS Bharat is out from the
Yeah,
cricket team.
Ishan Kishan is a replacement of Rishabh Pant. Means now is a replacement of Rishabh Pant because Ishan Kishan also has an attacking role like Rishabh Pant. I want to say in this live because Ishan Kishan also proved he good player of spin as well. He has same mindset as Rishabh Pant to attack the opposition bowlers. So Ishan in last match Rohit declared, so Ishan Kishan didn't prove that he would have scored more runs. And this test match I think he will prove with his bat because already India are three down. So if one more goes, then one more wicket goes, then Ishan Kishan will I think come. So that's a good chance him to prove as a wicket keeper. I feel as a batter he will do better than Kes Bharat in wicket keeping.
Okay. Krishna, I think if we talk about his wicket keeping, I am okay. I can say that I am little bit satisfied in wicket keeping option, but thing is that if you can't bat in that number, then there will be a problem. If
No, no,
Ishan Kishan,
I think he will bat same position. I feel like Rishabh Pant did for Indian team. So Ishan Kishan, as I said, is a good attacking opener. His team is in trouble, so he can pull the team out of the trouble. So that's the player Ishan Kishan for you.
yeah, okay. So let's see what will happen. That time will says. I think tomorrow Ishan Kishan will come and bat definitely, most probably, or maybe one wicket will down. Who knows? Uh, but as of now, so Rahul, to bring the confidence in Ishan Kishan, do you think that Jadeja should come first or Ishan Kishan if wicket goes?
I think Jadeja should come ahead of Ishan Kishan. In my mind, Jadeja has right now been batting well for a very long time right now, and he's in much better form in Test cricket than Ishan Kishan. So it's better to bring your informed batsmen further up the order so that they can play under less pressure and put pressure on the opposition by scoring runs. Rather than bringing in Ishan Kishan, who has just yesterday, been a part of the Indian Test team. Virat Kohli finally is off the mark after
Yes.
facing 20 dot balls. He opened his innings with a boundary. In fact,
Yes, actually, Virat Kohli is a different player in this planet. I can say because I don't think if a player have so many milestone, they will take 20 balls to uh, make a one run. But still, Virat Kohli has so much patience. We see in the previous test also.
yeah, it happens. Of course, it won't be like Test cricket in those days where, like Sunil Gavaskar would take even 50 balls to get off the mark.
Yes. Okay, so Krishna Nair, how you see the Virat Kohli in this generation? Uh, I can say the example of young generation also that you must be a player like Virat Kohli. Still, he is taking time to make a score and serving good for Team India.
Yeah, he has to be taking time, but he's not a type of player that who will play basketball like root or uh, basketball like root somewhat. So he's taking his time to settle in the crease and he's letting the means when he settles, then I think he will go and score runs for the Indian team. So I feel Virat Kohli is taking time in the crease to gain his more confidence to see how the delivery is coming from Joseph Holder, and then he will after he faces more balls, then I feel he will start scoring runs quickly. So and as you said that Rohit and Jaiswal made a good start for Indian team. They in 24 overs they were 106. Then after
Yes,
Jaiswal wicket gone, then Indian team means Rohit and Kohli and Rane played a slow. They are playing a slow knock. They're leaving balls. So I feel India is not trying to adapt the ball situation because they are not used to.
yes,
Yes, that's a main problem. That if India has to try to play basketball cricket, then every batter has to score in the strike rate of 90 or 100. So I don't. After Jaiswal wicket went, so Jaiswal was looking very promising in the beginning, the first innings. But after his wicket went, then things made slow for Indian team. Now both Kohli and Rane are playing slow defensive cricket as per Test cricket, how naturally Kohli and Rane plays, they are playing this way. So I think there is a lot of time in this Test match, so they will take their time.
Yes, absolutely. There's no need to play baseball. Actually, there isn't a need if it's not their style of play, especially when you're batting on day one and you want to get used to the pitch. You don't have to play baseball just because other players in your team are doing it. In fact, players in your team are doing it. You don't need to play. You have to play your natural game and what is likely to give you runs. You shouldn't play take on some style of play which may or may not work for you.
Yes. Okay, guys. I have heard some news also that MCC has suggested that the ODI matches, the bilateral series, must be done on the year of World Cup. Means when World Cup is supposed in 2027, then the ODI matches should be done in 2026. Apart from that year, you just play Test match and T20. Don't you think, Rahul Ayer, this will kill the ODI format also?
Okay, so interesting topic. I actually wanted to discuss about this. Yes, I agree. One day cricket matches and maybe white ball bilaterals overall they need to be reduced. I can agree to that point. There are too many of them being played, and it's too much for fans to keep up with everything. I agree with all that, but keeping it only to World Cup year, that is not the way to do it. You need to have what to say, like how FIFA World Cup has qualifiers for all its international matches. Mind you, in football is a sport which is dominated by leagues right now, and international matches are played during various breaks and less frequently than league matches. But every international match that is played has got some context surrounding it, like it counts for qualification of something, qualification to like the regional competition or the World Cup competition. There is always some context behind the international matches. So uh, ICC has taken that step as far as Test cricket is concerned by bringing introducing the World Test Championship. They've brought in context to bilateral Test cricket. They did that with the ODI cricket too by bringing the World Cup Super League for qualification for the 2023 ODI World Cup. And unfortunately, they scrapped it before it was even given a fair trial. In fact, many teams had hardly played any of their matches before when this thing was scrapped. I do not know whose recommendation it was to scrap this thing because it was actually giving context to bilateral cricket. The only problem I saw with it was the format is flawed. Like only playing four series at home, four series away. It's literally and even then teams couldn't finish all their fixtures, which is a shame because literally that format is only requiring you to play two ODI series per year. If you cannot even fulfill that, then that is a shame, in my opinion. But what has to happen is there has to be some kind of qualification system surrounding one day cricket, be it bilateral series or any kind of international cricket that is played outside the World Cup needs to have some context to it. Yes, you can reduce the number of matches, but you need to add context to the games. That is more important, and that is what will make people feel more interested in matches outside the World Cup. Reducing it like that, like keeping it only for World Cup year, that'll kill the one day game. Another point I have to make is ODI World Cup is held once in 4 years. Why? Because it is a tournament that requires 4 years of preparation. You can't play one day cricket only for 1 year and try to prepare for an ODI World Cup. That then you won't be have a good preparation for the World Cup. ODI World Cup is a format where you have to prepare over four years. It takes 4 years to build a team. It's a longer format of the game. It actually requires skill. T20 World Cup you can have once in 2 years and you can still prepare for it because T20 World Cup doesn't have much preparation and uh, teams don't play just internationals in T20 cricket. They also play many leagues. Domestic leagues are there now, so they are exposed to plenty of T20 cricket in just 2 years. Same cannot be said of ODI cricket. You need 4 years to prepare for the tournament. At the same time, you need to add context to bilateral white ball cricket outside the World Cups. That's what needs to be done. So the recommendation by MCC is absolute rubbish according to me. You cannot do that, in my opinion.
यस, ओके। तो उमेश जी, थोड़ा सा मैं आपको एग्जांपल के द्वारा समझाना चाहूँगा जो मैं बात आपके सामने रखना चाहता हूँ क्रिकेट के बारे में। उमेश जी, एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ आपको। एक डॉक्टर है जो कि पढ़ाई करता है, ठीक है? वो चार
बिल्कुल।
4 साल सर्जरी की प्रैक्टिस करता है और एक डॉक्टर 1 साल पहले ही
बिल्कुल।
सर्जरी की प्रैक्टिस करता है, लेकिन एग्जामिनेशन में दोनों क्लियर हो जाते हैं। आपके लिए सबसे बेटर डॉक्टर कौन होगा?
सिंपल सा है कि जिसने सर्जरी ज़्यादा की और जिसको एक्सपर्टीज ज़्यादा हो। ये मे भी आई नो समझ गए होंगे
जी,
कि आप सबसे ज़्यादा जिसको एक्सपीरियंस होगा और जिसको टाइम दिया है उसमें सर्जरी में, तो मैं उसी को चाहूँगा कि हाँ, मैं अपना सर्जरी उसी को दूँ।
जी। तो उमेश जी, वही बातचीत हो रही है कि एमसीसी ने जो सजेशन दिया है आईसीसी को कि जो वर्ल्ड कप है,
हम्म,
50 ओवर का वर्ल्ड कप है, वो जो 5 साल में
बिल्कुल।
एक बार होता है, वो उसे चौथे साल में
जी।
कराएं। मतलब 3-4 साल जो है
हम्म,
आप सिर्फ टेस्ट और ओडीआई T20 खेलते रहिए, और जो
बिल्कुल।
आखिरी का एक
जी।
साल आएगा उसमें आप ओडीआई सीरीज
हम्म,
कराइए। तो आपको ऐसा नहीं लगता कि पार्टिसिपेशन कम हो जाएगी कंट्रीज के बीच में, सिर्फ ऊपर ऊपर के जो बड़े बड़ी कंट्रीज है वही रह जाएगी वर्ल्ड कप में? आपको ऐसा
जी।
नहीं लगता?
बिल- बिल्कुल आपने सही कहा कुणाल जी। ये लगता है कि जो पार्टिसिपेशन है वो थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा अगर इस तरह से अगर रूल रेगुलेशन अगर चेंज होता है तो।
बिल्कुल। तो उमेश जी, आपके व्यूज से क्या ऐसा होना चाहिए, मतलब क्या एक स्टेप लेना चाहिए जिससे कि ओडीआई क्रिकेट खत्म भी ना हो, प्रिपरेशन भी होती रहे और वर्ल्ड कप भी चलता रहे तीनों फॉर्मेट का?
एक्चुअली उनको दोनों चीज़ों का ध्यान रखना चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं है कि वो अब यही नहीं कि अब जो हाईली एक्सपीरियंसली हैं उन्हीं को वर्क ऑन ग्राउंड पे प्ले करा रहे हैं, बाकी जो नॉर्मल प्लेयर्स हैं उनका कोई वैल्यू नहीं है। तो ऐसा कुछ होना चाहिए कि दोनों ही माइनर रहें, अपना बीच में रहें, अपना दोनों ही खेल सकें।
Okay, Rahul, how you think about my views that to make a ODI cricket alive, I think there must be quadrangular series. Quadrangular series between Asian countries, might be between Asian and African countries like India invites Sri Lanka, South Africa, West Indies. Four nations play the quadrangular series. Some nation play tri series. Then this can be happen that ODI match must be done in a year at least 2-3 times in place of bilateral series, so that ODI series will be alive. How you think about this suggestion?
See, the multilateral series let outside the World Cups. My views is the advantage is it offers the advantage of like it gives the teams practice for like tournament play. They
Yeah.
can practice in a format of tournament play where there are points for each match and qualification for a final. It helps in that way, but the problem is for viewership, in my opinion. Like it depends very much on the countries that are participating in the series. Like for example, if you have let's say New Zealand, South Africa, and Zimbabwe triangular series being played in Zimbabwe, what will happen when New Zealand plays South Africa? Not many people will watch New Zealand versus South Africa who are living in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
So that is a bit of a disadvantage when the two visiting teams are playing each other. Not much tickets will sell, and not many people will come to watch that match. If let's say the visiting teams are like New Zealand and South Africa, India is one of the visiting teams. People will come to watch, fine, but it very much is dependent on who the visiting teams are. So if you can only do it with certain visiting teams, it'll become like that. It won't be an even uh, thing like a bilateral series. In bilateral series, there is always a home team in every match. That is the advantage of bilaterals. So I think, having said this, what needs to happen is ICC needs to come up with some kind of World Cup qualification system which involves a combination of bilateral, tri series, as well as maybe quadrangular series, as you said.
Okay. Okay, so one more question, Rahul. I think you can give me answer of this question also. Might be this is very difficult question. Uh, But what do you think that there is a history that we play with Pakistan? We visited Pakistan also. I'm not in favor to visit Pakistan, but why don't we invite Pakistan to play the bilateral series because that is our childhood memories, and I think the viewership will be increased more and more. Uh, we don't go to Pakistan, but we can invite Pakistan to play bilateral series, test match also. Do you think?
We can. In fact, actually, I did put the poll out regarding our traveling to Pakistan for the Asia Cup yesterday. But yes, Pakistan, if if they want to come and play in India, they are very safe to do so. Except if they play in Maharashtra or maybe perhaps some places in the Hindi belt of India. Except for those particular venues, they can come and tour India. And India will easily choose the venues where Pakistan will be safe to play. That won't be a problem. The problem is one is, will we get government clearance? Because for even for hosting a bilateral series in India, India needs security clearance from the government. BCCI needs security clearance from the government in order to host any series, be it against Australia or England or New Zealand. Regardless of who we're hosting, we need security clearance. Remember in 2018 when India was supposed to host the Asia Cup, we couldn't host it. We had to host the tournament in the UAE because the Indian government did not provide clearance for hosting the tournament. And so there is a chance that if Pakistan chooses to play in India, the Indian government may not give clearance for hosting this series. That is a problem. Or in a case like the World Cup, which Pakistan will definitely be playing in India, the question is with Pakistan, if it was a bilateral series, let's say the government gives security clearance for hosting Pakistan, will PCB be willing to send a team from Pakistan to India? That is a question mark, and the reason that is a question mark is because we are not touring Pakistan, and Pakistan Cricket Board is very particular that we play in Pakistan because last time, two times I think, Pakistan they toured India, so they want us to play in Pakistan, and they're saying that only if we don't tour Pakistan, we won't come to India. That is a problem. If they are saying putting out this threat even for a World Cup, which is an ICC event and that's compulsory to attend, then imagine for a bilateral series, they will definitely refuse to come unless India tours Pakistan. So that is another roadblock. But otherwise, I think India can host Pakistan for a bilateral series. We can have Pakistan cricketers play in the IPL as well. We can definitely do that.
Yes.
Indian team players going to Pakistan may be possible if Indians play in the PSL, but BCCI doesn't allow Indian players to play any overseas leagues. That is a different issue. But as far as Indian cricket team touring Pakistan is concerned, it's a different concern. We might get security clearance for hosting Pakistan, but we may not get clearance for from the government for touring Pakistan. So
Yes.
that has to be kept in mind. And without India touring Pakistan, Pakistan touring India will not happen.
Yes. Okay. Uh, उमेश जी, अगर आपके मैं आपके विचार जानना चाहता हूँ कि इंडिया और पाकिस्तान के बीच में आपको पता ही है कि बहुत ज़्यादा अनबन है। मुंबई में जो कांड हुआ था उसके बाद से क्रिकेट के ऊपर भी
बिल्कुल।
बहुत ज़्यादा राजनीति की जाती है। बट क्या उमेश जी आपको लगता है कि अब टाइम आ गया है कि पाकिस्तान के साथ जो थोड़े से जो रिश्ते बिगड़े हैं सुधार लेने
हम्म।
चाहिए? देखिए इंडिया टूर नहीं कर सकती लेकिन पाकिस्तान को बुलाया तो जा सकता है खेलने के लिए।
यार, यस यस, बिल्कुल। थोड़ा सा अगर वो चीज़ अगर मन की हटा दें, जैसे कि वो देश को लेकर एक दूसरे की भावना, तो अगर गेम पे ध्यान दे तो शायद वो हम ही नहीं जा सकते उधर, बट उन्हें तो हम बुला सकते हैं। ऑब्वियसली सही कहा आपने बुला,
ओके।
तो थोड़ा सा उन्हें देखना चाहिए।
ओके। तो उमेश जी, जैसे जब इंडिया ने 1983 वर्ल्ड कप को जीता था तो वहाँ से एक संदेश आया था कि क्रिकेट
हम्म।
एक ऐसा जरिया बनेगा जिसमें सारे हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख ईसाई सब एक जैसे होंगे,
यस
एक
यस
इंडियन की तरह रहेंगे। तो उमेश जी आपको
यस।
नहीं लगता कि राजनीति करना ठीक है लेकिन क्रिकेट में राजनीति नहीं करनी चाहिए? पाकिस्तान को मतलब एटलीस्ट आप बुला तो सकते हैं खेलने के लिए।
यस यस, बिल्कुल। कुणाल जी, बुलाने के लिए हमारे पास जब ऑप्शन है तो बुलाना चाहिए, मेरा मानना भी यही है।
और
ये अच्छे। या
अगर न्यूट्रल वेन्यूज में खेलना है तो आप दुबई पहुंच जाइए, दुबई में खेला सकते हैं
बिल्कुल,
सीरीज।
न्यूट्रल खेलना तो अपना दुबई में तो चाहिए। कोई बात नहीं।
So, Rahul, do you think that India should come out of politics? Then, yes, if you want to play with Pakistan, neutral venue is Dubai. Dubai is better. Dubai,
They could
Sharjah.
they could do that, but again, the board is not obliged to do that. I would say, because if you look at India versus Pakistan situation, are not playing bilateral series. It's actually not peculiar. It's not peculiar for two nations who don't have good, or not on good political terms, to not play with each other. In fact, if you take football for example, Russian and Ukrainian football clubs do not play with each other in the same group, and when the draw is taken for the Champions League, UEFA Champions League in football, they make sure that Russian and Ukrainian clubs are in separate groups and they don't play with each other. Like that, there are similar things like between Ukraine and Belarus. When it comes to World Cup qualifiers, they make sure Ukraine and Belarus are not in the same group. Serbia and Kosovo are not in the same group. So there are many things like this. So I wouldn't say that this situation is peculiar to India versus Pakistan. As far as India not touring Pakistan, I would say it's not mixing politics and sports. I would say it's mixing economics and sports, because the whole thing behind it follows a similar concept of why Western countries are doing sanctions against Russia. It is to avoid Russia from not funding Russia money which they can use for war. Similarly, India is not trying not to give Pakistan money for which they can sponsor terrorism against us. So that is, so I see it as mixing economics as from sports. As far as hosting Pakistan is concerned, we can definitely do that, I think, because in that case they would be coming to India, and the revenue would be made by India. It wouldn't, and we can even host the match on a neutral venue, like you said. If the Indian government, let's say, does not give security clearance for playing in India, we can definitely do that.
Yes, of course, definitely. So that's it, guys, for today, and there will be a great discussion always every day. Rahul Ayyar, thank you for your time, and you are always giving a time with a great discussion. And see, let's see, we will come with a good topic today. The topic I can highlight that was a great topic of ICC and MCC, what they are thinking and what is the practical aspect, so that ODI will be alive. I think this is a great discussion. We can make one more separate video maybe, if it is possible. Okay, so
One thing they can do, I actually want to add on one more thing. One thing they can do to make India versus Pakistan happen, they can it can happen in the form of actually in the World Test Championship, or in like a World Cup Super League, any qualifier. They can have a thing like whoever is the host, if the visiting team does not travel, then you forfeit and you give walkover points. In fact, that's what happened in the women's championship. In
yes.
fact, when all the teams had to play each other and India refused to play Pakistan, we gave walkover points to Pakistan. So that is also an option which can be considered.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so thank you, Rahul, for your time, and always it will be great for with you to discuss all the cricket. And
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, so थैंक यू फॉर योर टाइम राहुल एंड उमेश जी, बहुत बहुत
बिल्कुल।
स्वागत है आपका, और धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा कि आपने पार्टिसिपेट किया, और ये अच्छा रहेगा आपके चैनल के लिए भी, आपके जो व्यूअर्स हैं ज़रूर देखें, और
बिल्कुल।
मैं पूरी उम्मीद करूँगा कि उमेश व्यूज़ और के एफ सी एस दोनों में जो है ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग देखें और अपने व्यूज़ ज़रूर रखें। कमेंट सेक्शन में मेरे को क्वेश्चंस चाहिए, अगर किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है तो पूछ सकता है। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच राहुल अय्यर फॉर योर
Thank
टाइम
you very much.
एंड गुड नाइट।
Yeah, good.
या ओके, सो उमेश जी, फिर मिलते हैं कल एक और अच्छी वीडियो के साथ। तब तक के लिए थैंक यू वेरी मच।
ओके सर,
उमेश जी,
थैंक यू कुणाल जी। यस।
उमेश जी, कोई और बात कहना चाहेंगे आप अपने व्यूअर्स से इतने दिनों बाद?
लाइक बिल्कुल, फर्स्ट टाइम मैं आप भी लाइक किया है मैंने यूट्यूब पे, तो यही मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप थोड़ा-सा सपोर्ट करें गाइस, थोड़ा-सा सपोर्ट करिए बस।
जी, बिल्कुल। बिल्कुल सपोर्ट पूरा रहेगा उमेश जी, पूरी कोशिश रहेगी। तो गाइज़, ऐसे ही आपको यहाँ अपडेट आती रहेगी। तब तक के लिए थैंक यू वेरी मच। गुड बाय एंड गुड नाइट
गुड
गाइज़,
बाय,
मिलते हैं।
गुड नाइट।